minutes left, man. We're going to keep this show going. The next young lady been waiting patiently to make y'all laugh. So y'all start clapping right now for Tina Ross. Woo! Yeah.
I'm a safety girl. But this is mainly so he doesn't get any ideas, because he's been asking me about like foursomes and stuff like that. And so if I didn't put this on here, he's gonna be like, I saw you put your mouth on that mic where all those other bodily fluids have been. And I'll be like, dude, safety girl, I got that shit under control, right? So this is my first time tonight, guys. I came out here because my kiddos told me that I could do this. So my 7 and 8 year old, I need to keep them off of Google because they look up a lot of shit and it makes me look bad. Because I'll tell them, hey, you know, my daughter asked me the other day, she's 8, she said, Mom, what do they call the people that milk the cows? And I'm like, ooh, baby, you know what? I grew up in Nebraska. I'm from Omaha, Nebraska. And I was like, I don't know, baby. Let's look that up. And she goes, well, I want to be a milker when I grow up. And that's what I think they call them. And I go, I don't think they're called milkers. So we have a Google in the kitchen, right? And I was like, hey, Google, what do you call people that milk cows? And it goes into this whole conversation about, depending if they're hooked up to a machine or if there's somebody doing it by hand, someone who milks cows is called a milker. Fuck! God, I lost all credibility with that little girl. Now I can't tell her shit. She's always asking Google after I tell her some shit. So that didn't work out so well. And I got 5 of them little fuckers. 5 kids. From that bald-headed dude right there. So I'm here to tell you guys, it's so funny because when we were backstage, they were like, hey, like, you get to pick your lineup. When do you want to go? And I was like, it's 7:45. Can you put me towards the end? Because I'm white, but most of my family is not. They're guaranteed not to be on fucking time. They're guaranteed. What time did you get here, J-Lo? My brother got here at like 8:20. So I was like, please, because they're my rent-a-crowd. They're going to laugh even if y'all don't. So, you know, we got here. So, anyways, as you can tell, we are married. We got 5 kids. I brought 2 of them with me. And, you know, I opted for the nap for most of them, but I lost. And we have very different parenting styles. So we really should have stopped after the first 2 because it becomes a source of conflict, right? So one of the biggest sources of conflict that we have is he's 14 now, so please don't tell him that I told this story because he thinks he's TikTok famous. So a lot of people know who he is. They're really gonna love this one. When he was 4, I left him in the bathtub, right? And he's doing this little seal sliding thing as I let the water out. And there's some baby oil in there, you know, keep his skin nice and smooth. He's sliding up and down the bathtub. I go to get the towel, be like, I'll be right back, buddy. Stay right here. I come back and I'm like, okay, bud, come on, let's go. And had one of those those tubs that have the high sides. I'm like, come on, buddy, let's go. And he jumps up on the top of the bathtub and he goes. And I was like, what were you doing? And he goes, well, are you going to be mad at me? And I go, well, no, buddy. It's yours, you know, and you can touch it if you want to. He's like, then yes, I was. I was touching it. And his dad was in the bathroom. You know, you got the little private den in the bathroom where the toilet is separate from the rest of the bathroom. He yells from behind the door, taking a giant dump. And he's like, Darius, don't touch your Peter. Leave your Peter alone. And he says, Mommy says it's mine and I can touch it if I want to. I never thought I would be so disappointed in my decisions to tell him that that was okay because he's 14 now. Holy shit. Dude, come up for air. And while you're in there, can you get your own fucking lotion? Like, I use the Gold Bond. I have eczema, so I use the Gold Bond. It's really thick and concentrated, and it's also like $10 a fucking bottle. Like, go borrow your dad's shit. Like, your dad's shit is the free shit. Like, go get that. Cocoa butter, whatever. Stop using my shit. And I'm just like, oh my God. Thank God the last 2 are girls because I don't think that I would survive a whole nother thing of my lotion disappearing. I got the ashiest fucking boys on the planet. I know y'all ain't using that lotion for what it's intended for. Let's talk about some other stuff here, right? So, anyways, been married for 25 years, and boy, my husband was tricked. He was tricked because off the top, he thought I was going to be going out, saving him from shit that's outside, things that go bump in the night, and I had to warn him, baby, I know I may look white, But I am not Scooby-Doo, let's solve a mystery white. What you ended up with is a sophista ratchet. That's my time, thank you.
Yeah, get your condom, get your condom. Never want to take that condom. All right, one more time for Tina. Keep that clap going for your next comedian, Michael Manzak.